on
Cool.
the
Let me know
subject.
when you're ready, and I'll start your 8 minutes.
Yeah, take your time. You can start it right now.
Cool.
So, I have a screen share. Let me see if I can send it like this. Oh, yeah, not like this. Let me see. Can I run it like this? Now we can see me. And
Do you want to display your screen?
Yeah, I will share my screen. I'm trying to do it. I'm not used to this interface
I got
right now.
I got you.
Okay.
It's on screen.
Did it change?
Yeah, it's on screen.
Yeah, does it say, "Did Jesus resurrect"?
Yep, it changed.
Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this debate. The subject that was presented to me today is, did Jesus resurrect? So, I'm a Catholic, and my name is Luc. Nice to meet you. I don't remember your name yet, but Leophilius. So, good thing I wrote it there. So, so Leophilius, I'm glad to hear from you for the first time today. We haven't yet. Maybe we had the chance to talk together at one point before, but I don't think we did. I am a Catholic, like I said. I live in Canada, which is really north, so that's why I'm available right now at 9 p.m. Even if I am French. So sometimes in this debate, you will hear me having trouble with some words. That's because I'm French and I'm missing some words. Today, we are debating the question, did Jesus resurrect? Before we start, we need to ask us this specific question. What evidence would convince you, my opponent, that Jesus resurrected? That is a question I ask all my opponents when I have a debate. I ask them, oh, do you know what an evidence for resurrection is? And in this case, what would convince you that indeed it is the fact that Jesus resurrected? What would you need? Well, so another way to say that, what do you need to observe in order to accept the fact that Jesus resurrected? Of course, as described by the Catholic Church, not a different kind of resurrection where we have, because there are stories out there of philosophical resurrection. We are talking about the physical one, where the body is we can touch it. It is crucial because without the first defining what evidence would even count, we risk setting the bar in such a way that no argument, no fact could ever convince. That's why this question is there. And I hope we agree that it would be bad. So here I go with knowing what you reject. What atheists often say, I don't believe. Atheists often say, had trouble with that one. I don't believe in the resurrection. But what is resurrection? Many reject the caricature of it. That is not the Christian view, the caricature that they reject when they say resurrection. The Christian God is the necessary, timeless, immaterial cause of our reality and the personal being who revealed himself in Jesus Christ, the one who resurrected. To deny that Jesus Christ resurrected without really understanding God is like rejecting a book that you have only read a synopsis. You need to understand God to understand resurrection. And I don't know about my opponent. I don't know where he's from. So maybe he doesn't know about God. Maybe he has a different God than mine. So, of course, when I say God, I mean the Catholic God. You may reject something when you reject the resurrection of Christ, but not the actual resurrection that we Christians confess. You reject a fake resurrection. Do I have another one? Oh, yeah. Why did he? Yeah, of course. Why did he resurrect? Of course. Resurrection is a claim that is grounded in history. We will find many historians talking about events that happened before the resurrection and events that happened after the resurrection, what we talk about the early Christians. We don't hear historians talking specifically about resurrection. We hear them talking about the consequences of it, what happened after. So you have grounding this thing in history. So crucifixion, empty tomb, disciples' testimony, those three things are historically accurate. Explosive rise of the church under persecution is another one that you can present as a proof that it did Jesus resurrect. Without this rising, this explosive rise or under persecution, that might be a false story. Next are questions. I have questions, but I think I will hold them for later. Just as a preview, quick preview. Here are the list of questions I'm ready to ask my opponent, and you will be able to go. We will be able to go through them later. It is up. Yeah, 5 minutes is up. That's why my headset broke down. It's turned off. Sorry, not broke down. Did Jesus resurrect? The answer is yes. What evidence was convince you otherwise? That is the question I ask my adversary today. And I give the rest of my time. How do you say that? Was I heard? Hello.
You were heard. Are you done with your intro?
Yeah, that's. I don't know how to say that. I
you cede your time. Okay.
Perfect. Recede my time. That's how you say that.
Perfect. All right. And then we've got Leophilius. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll start your 8 minutes.
All right, just give me 1 second here. I just have a small little something to share, just so people can sort of follow along with.
Oh, sure.
With the line of reasoning here. Let me know when that is sharing, and then I'll start.
It is sharing.
Alrighty, so this is an argument that I've sort of. I don't want to take credit for it because it's not like precisely what David Hume would have said, but I think that it's sort of a Humean style argument. It falls along the ideas that David Hume, who's a very popular analytic philosopher of the 18th century, the way that he thought about miracles. So, and I'm since Jesus' resurrection is taken to be a miracle, I'm just running a general argument against miracles in addressing Jesus' resurrection. So I take Jesus' resurrection to have been a miracle, and I take that miracles are violations of the laws of nature. And what I mean by this is that miracles are exceptional to the laws of nature. They are events that are out of accord with the laws of nature. They are the kinds of events that, had the natural world been left to its own accord, are events that simply would not happen in the natural world. They are exceptional to the extent that we need to appeal to non-natural entities of whatever sort in order to account for or explain the occurrence of these events. So if somebody wants to argue for some form of miracles that is in line with the laws of nature, at that point, then I don't see how miracles are this exceptional event. I don't see why we would then need to appeal to something beyond the natural world in and of itself to explain them. And so at that point, then I wouldn't know what we're really talking about when we're talking about miracles. Miracles are supposed to be these exceptional events that require us to appeal to something like a god in order to explain. And so it seems to me that the first premise here in this first argument is correct, that miracles are violations of the laws of nature and are in virtue of that fact these exceptional events that require us to appeal to non-natural entities like gods in order to explain. I take it that violations of the laws of nature are events that would be categorized as nomologically impossible. Now, terms like possibility and impossibility can have different meanings depending on the context in which we're speaking. So if I said that it's possible for a man to both be a bachelor and be married, that would not be correct. You cannot be a married man and be a bachelor, because what it means to be a bachelor is to be an unmarried man. And you can't be both an unmarried man and a married man in the same sense at the same time. And so what we would say is that this notion of married bachelors is logically impossible. Now, what is nomologically impossible? This is something that, rather than being impossible according to the laws of logic, would be something that's impossible according to the laws of nature. So imagine something exceeding the speed of light. That might be something that's logically possible, but it's physically or nomologically impossible. A chunk of gold the size of the solar system is also an example of something that's nomologically impossible. If you had a chunk of gold that size, as a result of its own density, it would collapse into something that's no longer a chunk of gold. And so you couldn't have a chunk of gold that's big because it would immediately cease to be a chunk of gold that big in accordance with the laws of nature. So violations of the laws of nature would just definitionally be things that are nomologically impossible. That's what it means to be nomologically impossible, is that it violates the laws of nature, just like what it means to be logically impossible is that it violates the laws of logic. And so it seems that the conclusion here is correct. Therefore, miracles are nomologically impossible. Now into the stage 2 argument. And just let me know when I got about a minute or so left, Taco, so I don't go over time. If miracles are nomologically impossible, then miracles do not occur in this actual natural world. I take it if something violates the laws of nature, then in our actual world, it doesn't occur. Perhaps it occurs in some other possible world, but I'm not concerned about what's going on in some other possible world. I'm concerned about what goes on in the actual natural world. Do these events occur in the actual natural world? And of course they don't. If they're nomologically impossible, then they don't actually occur in the world, because to occur would be to violate laws of nature. And laws of nature are exceptionless regularities in the natural world. And thus things that would be exceptions to them do not occur in the natural world. And if miracles are nomologically impossible events, as we've established in the stage 1 argument, then it just follows that miracles are events that do not occur in the actual natural world. And I take that as sufficient reason to claim that no, Jesus clearly did not resurrect from the dead.
Are you sitting the rest of your time?
Yes, I'm seating the rest of my time.
Oh, that's the phrase.
My bad for not
sitting the rest of my time.
Or you could say I'm seating the rest of my time. I yield the rest of my time.
I yield.
All right, guys. So once again, this is going to be minimal rules during the discussion portion. You have an hour set. Each dollar in super chats will increase it up to 60 minutes, so you could have up to 2 hours. The way bloodbaths work, this goes until one of you concedes or we hit the time limit, and then we will go into conclusions there. So if one of you just absolutely realizes your position is wrong, you can obviously concede and give the opposition the win. That's pretty much it. Don't attack each other too much. I get it gets heated, but let's have some fun here. You'll have an hour. Bloodbath engaged. First person to talk
really
first.
Quickly, I just want to say, just for Luke, if at any point you want me to bring up those arguments again so that you can look at them, just let me know and I'll share my
screen. That would be great. No, I don't think so. Let me think about I don't need
if you want to go first, you can. I'm going to take about 20 seconds and just grab some water. I'll still have my headphones on, so I'll be able to hear you.
To hear me. Okay. So I'll go with...
engaged. You have an hour.
The first premises we disagree on. So the claim that miracles sort of break the laws of nature. Words are to convey idea. The name miracle does convey the idea of breaking the laws of nature. I agree. But it is a general idea. It doesn't really break the laws of nature. It's just things that we don't understand. It's a word that we use to convey this idea that we don't understand, and therefore we put it in the category of breaking the laws of nature, like we did with randomness. Randomness is a word to convey the idea. We don't know what the result is, but when you roll the dice, for example, you say it's random, kind of. We know it is not random. So the same thing applies to miracles. We say they break the laws of nature, but kind of. So the first premise falls down.
If the laws of nature, or rather, if miracles are not violations of the laws of nature, in
Yeah.
what sense would we need to appeal to something beyond the natural world to explain them?
What do you mean? It is part of the natural world. Like natural world is. I don't know how to say that, but things that exist are part of the natural world, right? Like Superman.
You take God to be a natural entity?
Is Superman a part of the natural world?
No.
No. Okay.
I would say Superman doesn't exist.
Okay. Yeah. Mathematics. Is it part of the natural? Yeah. But numbers.
I would say that mathematics is not a thing out in the world. I would consider mathematics to be a convention of the human mind.
Is it so? It's supernatural?
No. Quite frankly, mathematics doesn't exist the way that we would say like stars exist or planets exist. It's not a thing out in the world.
Is it supernatural or not? That's my question.
No, it's not.
No, it is natural. Therefore,
well, I don't know. I'm a nominalist about mathematics.
We don't know how to
something can't be either if it doesn't exist at all. Yeah. I would be a nominalist about mathematics. I don't think that numbers aren't real things. So it wouldn't make sense to classify them as either natural or non-natural.
You cannot use things that do not exist. If they do not exist, you cannot use them.
Well, I disagree. I think we can use concepts. I think we do use concepts all the time.
Okay, so we said Superman, Spider-Man, those kind of things do not exist. We use them. We see them in comics. We have interaction with them in movies and those kind of things. And but numbers, we use them also. Those two things do not exist at the same level, or is it a different level?
Yeah, I would just say that they're things. They're not real things. They're not some things that are out in the world.
Are they supernatural or are they natural?
They're neither.
Neither. Okay. So ask your question again.
If miracles aren't this exception to the regularities that we call the laws of nature, then in what sense, number one, in what sense are miracles exceptional? And number two, in what sense do we need to appeal to something beyond natural law at that point then to explain them? And if we don't, then why call them miracles?
Why call them miracles? We don't understand them. Do you understand the thing about randomness? I explain. Was it clear to you, or when I say no. We throw the dices?
I mean, I understand what randomness is as a concept.
Yeah. When we throw the dice, we say the number is random. We you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So we use the word random. Even if we were to argue about words, we would say, well, no, it's not random. If we knew all the forces applied to the dice, we will know the result of the dice. You know, this kind of information, this kind of thing. Do you understand what I mean?
So you think a miracle is just some natural event that isn't understood?
Correct.
So are black holes, are those like miraculous entities then, since we don't understand anything?
The difference between them is the direct intervention of God. Yeah, of course. God is the cause of the miracle. More directly, is the cause of the black holes.
If miracles fall in accord with the laws of nature, why would I need to appeal to God to account for them? I could just.
He's the cause. He's the one who's causing them.
Well, why should I think that?
Okay, if I were to pick that coffee cup and throw it at you, all right, I would be the cause of hitting you with a coffee cup. Am I correct?
Sure.
Yeah. So why would I need to be the cause?
Well, no, I'm just saying that if you're saying that God causes miracles, why should I think that? Particularly if they're in accord with the laws of nature. I don't need to appeal to something like a God to explain them. I can just appeal to the laws of nature.
What you call laws of nature are laws written by God.
Okay? No, they're exceptionalist regularities that we use to understand the world around us.
Yeah, there are rules that are created by the Creator,
rules,
God.
And I don't think they're created.
Okay, you have rules that are not created in your world. I don't understand.
Well, I don't think the laws of nature are rules. I don't think that's a good way to characterize laws of nature.
What's a good way to characterize the laws of nature if not rules?
Exceptionless regularities present in our physical theories that we use to characterize the physical world around us.
What the fuck are those words? Sorry, I'm not as versed as you in those words that you use. But could you make it simpler to?
So the laws of nature are just these patterns that we find in nature that just don't fail to be any different than what they are. So
okay.
you can't exceed the speed of light. That's I would consider that at least related to a fundamental law.
Yeah, and this speed of light is a fundamental law.
That's just the way the world is. That doesn't change.
Yeah, but
it's an exceptionless regularity.
The speed of light is also something that is known today. We know how fast it goes. So it's a law of nature that is not created.
Yeah, I don't think the laws of nature are created. I just that just is confusing to me. I don't know why I would think that. I don't know what reasons I would have to think that the laws of nature were created.
Because the particles follow these rules.
Yeah, the regularities in nature, their symmetries in nature.
Again, that word symmetry. What else is symmetry in nature than laws of nature? Is it the only thing?
Well, I mean, I think that there are higher order symmetries you might find in nature. Like there's going to be certain symmetries in the mathematics describing forces, but those are just going to be emergent from more fundamental regularities that we call laws of nature. Laws of nature are generally going to be considered they're going to be considered something fundamental.
Mm-hmm. So that's the term. I'm not following the term. I'm sorry, man. This is something I don't know what it compares to. You say laws of nature are this thing. Okay, you use words to say this is the thing that laws of nature are. Does it apply to something else than laws of nature? The thing that you say the laws of nature are, or is it really specific to laws of nature?
Well, I don't. Anything that would fall under that description, some fundamental exceptionless regularity.
Yeah, that thing. The words I need to type it down because you keep repeating them and I forget every time you say them. Sorry, those words are new to me and I don't. And you keep repeating them. So fundamental. Say that again.
Fundamental exceptionless regularities.
Exceptionalist. What's the last one?
Exceptionless, which means there are no exceptions to them. You can't find examples of where, like, say, the speed of light fails to hold and something can go faster than that. There are no exceptions to these quote unquote rules, as you have
you have to quote it strong because rules as we know it are created by humans.
I have no problem like using the word rules to describe them if that helps you.
No, it doesn't because for me rules are created.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's why.
I can use the term rules, but I don't like if it's simpler for you, if it helps you understand better, but I wouldn't be building any notions of agency into that concept of rules.
So the last word, fundamental exponentialist. What's the last word?
Regularities.
Regularities. There we go. So this thing that is fundamental exceptionalist regularity, is it only applicable to rules of nature, or is it applicable to something else?
Yeah, if something is a fundamental exceptionalist regularity, then I just would take that to be some sort of law of nature.
It is only applicable to laws of nature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are words that are invented for the only purpose of being used when we address the name laws of nature or those words. So I don't know how to go forward, because right now you're talking about something that I never learned before. You're teaching me something that doesn't have a comparison in my real world, in my reality. I don't have a connection in what you call the laws of nature. You have this idea in your head, and
Do you know
maybe
what the
someone
second
else's
law
head.
of thermodynamics is?
I know the laws of thermodynamics. Yeah, I heard
Those
about
would be
them.
an example of like laws of nature. Now, perhaps there's some question about whether the laws of thermodynamics are fundamental or not, but I think that for the purposes of this discussion, we can say that the laws of thermodynamics are laws of nature.
Yeah. So, I know what laws of nature are. We talked about the speed of light as a law of nature, right? Light has to go to that speed, even in anyway. So, or gravity, for example, is another one. So laws of thermodynamics you give, those are different laws. But before now, the reason why I address the number one claim or proposition of your argument is because we disagree on it, right? You say laws of nature are outside of nature. I'm saying laws. Not laws of nature, but the
Miracles.
miracles. Thank you. Are outside the laws of nature. I'm saying yeah, kind of, but not really. Like a randomness, kind of, but not really. We just don't understand right now the rules that follow the action of God in this world. God is the cause of the event. Like I'm the cause of throwing this coffee cup.
If we don't understand
on
the
you.
event, how could we make the claim that God is the cause of it?
Because he told us so.
So how? No, he didn't tell me that. How did he tell you that?
Yeah, well, when I say us, I say humanity as a whole. Revelation is how he proceeds.
That's just kind of that's just an assertion.
Correct. That's how we know what you think, right, Leophilius? If I am asking, how do you know that Leophilius thinks that, is because he told me. How did he told me? But he told me. I used words. He revealed the information to me. He found a way to convey the information to me in a way that I understand it.
In it with a syntactic structure in a language that was invented by humans. Are you saying that God did something like that?
He invented the language that we can understand. Is that your question?
No, I'm just, you claim that, well, these miracles are just events we don't understand and they're caused by God. But I don't know how you could conclude that they're caused by God if we don't understand them.
Like, the reason why is because he told us so. I already answered that.
How do you know that God told you?
Revelation. I already answered that.
How do you know that the revelation is correct?
The same way I know that what you told me is correct. I check back.
So how do you know that what I told you is correct?
I check back. I verify with you. Is it true that?
So you're telling me that you had a conversation with God in English?
No. Why?
Oh, well then, yeah, because you're communicating with me using sound, using technology, using languages, using all of this stuff. Is that how God communicates with you?
No,
uses a microphone
he doesn't use
tells
technology
you over the internet?
like we do.
Well, then I don't know.
Can you turn your mic up about 10 or 15%, please?
Maybe there is a volume in the interface.
Let me go into my settings and see if I can't crank this up a little bit here. Just a little bit.
I can do it, but it's probably going to break it, so I'm just going to avoid doing it.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. It's not too much, is it?
No. Luke's just really loud.
Yeah, I am. Because of my microphone. I'm sorry about that.
Seems fine to me. But that's
I'm just in comparison to you. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Compared to you.
Oh shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't know. Like when you say that, well, I can confirm what you've said to me, but when I speak with you, I'm using like a specific language, English. I'm using technology. If God isn't communicating with you that way, then I don't know in what sense God is communicating with you, or in what sense, or in what way rather you could verify that this is God communicating with you.
Okay, so the way that you You have to learn. You would have to learn.
Learn what?
How to differentiate between my voice and the voice of God and those kind of things. You know,
How would I differentiate between the voice of God and me being schizophrenic or something like that?
well, it's like a language we use today. It's something that we learn from a young age. You know, like you have a process to recognize voices, to say this is not dad talking, this is mom talking. You know, the difference, this kind of different voices, the intonation of voice that you have, you learn things.
So God's voice has a particular sound. Is that what you're saying?
There is a particular way to perceive God's knowledge or to receive God knowledge.
And how would
from
you
God.
differentiate that from like some form of mental illness, like schizophrenia?
Well, there are doctors for that, right?
Yeah, but like how if somebody killed their family and said, well, God was telling me to do it, how do you know whether or not God really told them to do it or whether they're like crazy?
We ask him.
You ask who?
God.
Okay, how do you just call God on your phone and say, hey, did you tell this guy to kill his family? Like when you say we ask God, like how are you communicating? I'm asking like what are the fundamentals of the communication with God?
You seem to misunderstand something. You seem to think that we talk to God like I talk to you. Is that what you're implying?
Well, no, but
okay. So you realize God, like, that this is not the case. When you ask me, like do we take the phone and
my
call
question
God,
about differentiating
and you make a laugh about it?
Schizophrenia.
You're making a mockery of what I'm telling you. So be careful on what you do. Right now, when you ask, do we take the phone, and you're laughing when you do that, I'm like, come on, be respectful. This is not what we are talking about.
You're not helping me understand how it is that we communicate with God and how I could know that was God rather than like it just being voices in my head.
Let me repeat myself. How do you know, you, Leophilius, you lean to learn to recognize how God communicates with the world?
How would you go about doing that?
Well, you start with you going to church on Sunday. That's the first step.
Okay, and so I start hearing voices in my head and they tell me to kill people. How would I know that this is God?
That's not how God's voice works.
How do you know how it works?
I was taught about it.
How do you know that you were taught? How do you know that you were taught correctly?
The church. Sorry, what?
How do you know that you were taught correctly?
The same way I know I am taught correctly when I talk with you.
So you can literally hear God?
No.
Well, then it's not the same as it is with me because you can literally hear my voice. You can't appeal to all the means through which you communicate with other humans and say that I communicate with God the same way, but then the way that you're communicating with God is not like it is with literally any other human.
You heard the word hear. You use, the word hear, and that's why I said no. We don't hear voice like I hear you. Is that why? Do you understand why I said no?
You can't confirm that you're communicating with God the way that you would confirm that you're communicating with anybody else, because the way that you confirm you're communicating with somebody else is going to be through some sort of physical means. You're either hearing them speak or you're having some sort of exchange of physical material, like say letters or something like that. But if that's not how we communicate with God, then you can't confirm your communication with God the way that you can confirm your communication with any other human. So then I'm asking you, how then would you confirm that it truly is God that you're communicating with? And you can't appeal to how we confirm we're communicating with each other, because that's clearly different.
No, well, there are differences, but there are similarities. So the way I know that it is you that is speaking to me is because somebody taught me that what I see on the camera, what I hear in my headset, is your voice. Okay. Do we agree that somebody taught me? I was taught that this is how it works. What I see is you. What I hear is your voice. This is what your voice sounds like. And before that, I was taught as a kid what voices are and how to differentiate voices, how to make meaning of words, and all of those things. So this communication of God from God, you learn from it. You like I said, you start with going to church on Sunday, and then you ask people, was it God and was it not God who is saying that? Is this the voice of God? And then from there, you build your knowledge. It takes years, months, weeks, depends on people. And once you have that, you can confirm with others. The thing different with God voice and you and me voice is that everybody is hearing the same thing, right? God doesn't communicate with you differently than some. Well, yeah, the main idea is the same for you and this other person who hear God. Okay, and there are prophets that are people that are more attuned to recognize the voice of God than me, Luke. So it depends on the context. Would be the short answer. And then how do I know? How do I learn? Well, you start with the basics. You learn about God, how to differentiate His voice to the devil's or whatever
And
other
what
voices.
tactics are used to differentiate God from anything else?
You ask other people who know about Him.
I say God told me to kill my family, and my priest
example.
says, yeah, God probably told you that. Am I correct?
You're more likely to be correct than if you don't ask.
So God tells people to kill their families. Okay.
Are you asking me or are you telling me?
Well, I mean, it just seems to follow from what you're saying. God tells a lot of people to do a lot of things.
No.
Because they think that other people are saying, yeah, I agree. God told this person to do this thing.
What makes you say that? I'm sorry, Leophilius.
That's what you said. Is that we can
hypothetical and now you make it.
We can confirm that God is speaking to us by going and asking other people that know about God, like priests.
Why do you make this hypothetical reality? I don't follow.
Huh?
I
didn't present a hypothetical.
You didn't?
I don't recall.
Okay, I thought you said if I were to hear God tell me killing people. That wasn't the hypothetical?
How would I know that's God? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah,
and I still haven't been given any sort of like epistemological method or other method that I would use to differentiate any other voice I hear in my head or any other communication I think I'm having. How do I know that this isn't like Gary who died in 1954 in Indiana talking to me? How do I know it's God?
Mm-hmm. That was your hypothetical, right? Did I misunderstand you, Leophilius? I'm really sorry. I'm really having a hard time following you right now because you say it wasn't. I never said a hypothetical. I'm like, well, that's what I understood, at least. And you say, if I was to talk to a priest and if the priest were to tell me that it is the voice of God, then I would have this. And you ask me, is it true? It's an hypothetical. And then after the hypothetical, you said something about, it's so God tell people to kill people. I'm like, no.
How do I know that I'm communicating with God rather than like Gary who died in 1954?
You already answered that. You ask others.
So what if people tell me nobody's talking to you? Are you sure you're okay? Do you need to see a professional? Because that's
Correct.
probably the response I'm going to get from most people if I tell them I'm literally hearing God.
Yeah. Good. So that's not it. That's it.
Okay, so everybody says you're crazy. You need to go talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody. So then, make sure that you're not crazy.
Okay, so then I'm not actually communicating with God.
Well, if yes, that's correct, Leophilius.
Okay,
in that hypothetical case that you talked about, it's another hypothetical that you make. That if you were to hear voices, and if you were to go to others and ask them, is this voice the voice of God? And if people were to tell you this is not the voice of God, would you need to go to see a doctor? I would say yes, please consult a doctor. You're hearing voices that are not coming from God. Or if the others said it is the devil, they might be talking about something else.
Then how is that a method to confirm whether I'm speaking to God or not if it doesn't do that?
Sorry. Sorry, ask again the message.
You said that you can confirm that you're hearing God by talking to other people. I don't know what the how is. You haven't told me how I know when God is communicating with me rather than literally anything else that could explain this supposed communication I'm supposedly getting from God.
I did, and you repeated back to me.
Yeah, but the method that you gave, I've already given like ways that clearly doesn't work.
What? It doesn't work?
No, it doesn't.
Why?
Because when you go ask other people, they're not telling you you're hearing from God. So clearly that's not what's happening.
They're telling me I am hearing from God.
You're telling me if you went out in whatever city you live in and you said you asked people, "Hey, I heard such and such and such in my head. Is that God?"
Listen, Luffy. So what's the when I say people, I don't say anyone, right? Specific people who know how God speaks, right? You won't ask anyone.
How do you know that they know how God
speaks? Let me make
this
an
is
analogy.
Just pushing the
if you want to
further.
learn French, you will not ask a non-French speaker, "Is it French that I heard?"
So communicating with God is like learning a language.
Similar. It's similar, yeah.
So describe to me the semantics of this language that is used to communicate with God. How does it work?
The best way to describe it is, do you know Jiminy Cricket of Geppetto
Like
and
the
Pinocchio?
Disney character?
Yeah. Do you know of that?
Mm-hmm.
So he's representing your conscience, right? It's an image to represent what your conscience says in the movie, at least in Pinocchio. Okay? Pinocchio doesn't have a conscience. Jiminy Cricket is the one representing his conscience. Okay? You following?
All right.
Yeah. You are yourself, Leo, you have a conscience that speaks to you, right?
Well, I don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
I have.
But do you agree or
I'm
do you
a
disagree?
minded entity. I have a mind.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a conscience that speaks to you or not?
I don't know what a conscience that.
Yeah, like Jiminy Cricket.
I don't. No.
No,
There is no cricket in my brain.
Yeah, similar. There is no equivalent of it for you, right? That's what I hear.
Are you asking me if I have an inner monologue?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but not everybody does. But that inner monologue, it ain't God.
How do you know?
Because we know what inner monologues are and why some people have them and some don't.
That's the difference. There is a voice that is coming from you, and there is a voice that is coming from God. And that's how do you know which one is which?
Well, I don't think there is a voice coming from God, so there isn't anything there for me to differentiate. It's just the question I'm asking.
Yeah, that's how you ask others. The same answer. So you're asking how would I feel, right? What is the sensation I will receive when God speaks to me, right? That was your question. Am I correct?
Well, not precisely. It's how do I differentiate that God is communicating with me from and any other potential explanation for this experience?
Any other? So, for example, you're crazy?
Somebody could be. How would they know? How would they know? Am I crazy or is this God? How do I figure this out? How do I figure out which one is true? Whether it's that I'm crazy or that it's God talking to me?
You ask others. Same answer. Specific others.
I don't have the ability to talk to any other human. How do I differentiate between whether I'm crazy or this is God?
I don't think you can.
Hmm.
If there is no other to communicate with, there is no way to make sure. Oh no, your hypothetical is a little bit weird. I'm sorry, it's not comparing to reality. There is other people. You were born, you were raised by parents, or at least a similar thing similar to parents.
Yeah, but let's say that like I got stranded on an island and I was like raised by monkeys or some shit like that.
Yeah,
and I think that I think God is talking to me, but I'm not sure whether God is trying to communicate with me or whether I'm just like crazy from being isolated on an island. How would I figure out which one is
I don't know.
true?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Yeah. In this hypothetical, I don't know the answer. I'm sorry. But in reality, what you have, which is go to church on Sunday, asking people over there who are able to differentiate between your conscience and God speaking to you, basically.
But
I know monologue.
All this is doing is pushing the question back. How do I know that the people that I'm asking know how to communicate with God?
So same way you do with French. You ask others.
Yeah, but French is like a physical language. You're saying that
Correct.
God communicates with me. So what is the language that God communicates with me called?
Revelation.
But I can get people can have non-religious revelations.
Okay.
So then that can't be a consistent definition.
And real fast, we do have a super chat from Cody in the audience. He was asking you if
I'm going to run to the bathroom quick. I can still hear.
Yeah. I think this is for Luke. He was asking, could it have been Allah?
Mm-hmm. The answer is yes. The voice of Allah and the voice of God are really similar, and the voice of whatever Yahweh or whatever God even the Zeus, whatever this kind of entity, they are really similar. So when you ask the question to someone who knows, like the specific person, so of course you will not ask the question, "Am I crazy?" to a passenger, someone who are on the street. You will ask a doctor, a psychologist, "Am I crazy?" So same thing apply. If you want to know if it's coming from the real God, the Catholic God, you will ask someone who believe or have the power to say this is coming from God or not. That's it. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, could it be Allah? Yes, but Allah and God has similar voices in the sense that they do tell you to do the right thing. A Muslim and a Christian and an atheist can do the right thing, helping the poor, giving time for the others, forgiveness, all of those things that are common in these religion or sects or whatever you want to call those.
Gotcha. I do think that addresses this question quite well.
Thank you.
And then it looks like nobody on fire also has a question. I'm just going to round that down for the time being. 6 minutes. So y'all have 11 minutes extra right now. But he's asking you, do people with aphantasia or anidophagia who cannot dream, cannot visualize mentally, do not have an internal monologue,
I don't know,
have a lesser connection to God?
I don't know. It doesn't matter, right? Because the reason why we are talking about this connection to God is about revelation, right? And we are talking about the resurrection of Christ. How do we know that Christ resurrected? Because of the Bible was revealed, and God came down to earth, talked to us, and all of those things. So we went to miracles. Miracles are the thing that God is the one responsible. How do we know that God is responsible? God doesn't talk only to people with aphantasia or anidophagia. So he talks to people saying, "This is me who was the one responsible." More than one person, like there are many people who are aware that he's the one who was responsible for the extraordinary event that we call miracles.
Gotcha, but your short answer was you don't know.
Correct. I don't know about those two things. Those two people, I don't know about this, but it doesn't really matter for miracles.
I'm a little
the
confused.
thing that we're talking about.
It seems that you've agreed that miracles. I shouldn't say agreed, but have asserted that miracles aren't like violations of the laws of nature. So they're not these exceptional events requiring us to appeal to some sort of non-natural entity of whatever sort to account for. So I don't know why would I need to think God caused Jesus? I mean, if we're granting that, if I just grant that miracles are natural events, then Jesus' resurrection is just a natural event. It just happens in accord with the laws of nature. Why do I need to appeal to anything else to explain why Jesus resurrected?
What do you mean by anything else? What is the else thing that you appeal to?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. I mean, we obviously, like, trees growing is not a miracle because it's in accord with the laws of nature. We don't need to appeal. We know why trees grow. We know very, very well why trees grow. So we don't need to appeal to like a God magicking trees to grow. So if Jesus' resurrection is similar in that it's just another natural event, okay, then I can just use natural mechanisms to appeal. I can just appeal to natural mechanisms to explain Jesus' resurrection.
Me throwing this coffee cup at you is a natural event. Do we agree?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am still the cause. of
Yeah,
this event.
but you're a natural cause.
I am still a natural cause of the event. I am the reason why you received the coffee cup, right?
Yeah, I'm granting that
So
if Jesus'
analogically,
resurrection is natural,
God
then the
is
cause
still
is
the
going to be
cause
natural.
of the miracle of the
Yeah,
resurrection.
but why think that? Why
Okay.
would I appeal to some non-natural entity when I could just appeal to some natural entity?
Again, with this non-natural thing, you're conflating. Is it non-natural? Is it not natural? I don't understand. I'm not following you,
I
man.
think miracles are clearly violations of the laws of nature. I'm granting your claim that they're not, and then asking you, okay, well, if they're not, then why do I need to appeal to non-natural entities to account for them?
But God becomes a natural entity. It is
So
not
God
natural
is natural
as much as mathematics. Oh no, mathematics is that don't have free will. What else does have free will? That I don't know what else would be natural, but similar. Thank God, this is the unique.
Yeah, I don't think that God. I don't think God would be a natural entity. I think the natural world would be something created by God.
Correct.
Then God wouldn't be natural. God would be something other than natural. He would be some sort of supernatural entity.
Okay.
And that when he chooses to act in the world, these are not natural events that require appeal to not natural entities in order to account for, which is how I'm understanding miracles. And I'm just saying that if that's the case, then miracles just don't occur.
So right now, the rules of nature, that's my view of the word, right? I'm not saying that this is the one that you adhere to, but this is how I see the word. We believe that God is the writer of the rules of nature. The reason why the speed of light is 3,000 and not 400,000 is 3 instead of 4 is because God made it created it in such a way. All the other rules of nature are also answering to his original creation will. He has two different many different ways to interact with his creation. He took the form of Jesus to interact with his creation.
How does he do that?
I don't know how.
What's the mechanism?
I don't know how.
Then why suppose that he does?
Because Jesus is not a liar, and neither are.
How do you know Jesus isn't a liar?
The same way I know my parents didn't lie to me when they taught me English, or my teachers.
So you independently verified every statement Jesus ever made? Is that what you're telling me?
I didn't independently verify every sentence that you made, Leophilius.
That Jesus made.
Yeah, but I don't need to do that for you. Why would I need to do it for Jesus?
Because then you can't claim that he never told a lie. There could be some statement you haven't yet verified that he made that was false, that he knew was false, but he made it anyway. In which case he lied.
Okay.
So then you can't make the claim that Jesus never lied.
When we say that in English, usually we don't mean never, even if in the case of Jesus it's almost impossible. Well, it is impossible by definition, but anyway, that he lies. But that's another conversation. When I mean that is that I have yet to find a stance where he lied, an occasion where he lied. So there is no reason for me to doubt what he says. Okay, is that better for you?
How do you know that everything he said that you know about isn't a lie? I mean, this is extremely off topic, but
it is. Yeah, I don't know why you're asking that.
Oh, because I don't know how you would possibly know that Jesus never told a lie.
Okay, like I said, forget the never.
So Jesus probably didn't lie.
Is that better for you?
Well, I don't really care whether Jesus told lies or not.
Are you still stuck on the lie thing, or can we move the conversation along? That's what I mean. Is that better for you? Can we move the conversation past this point of words and meaning and do you understand the idea that I'm trying to convey to you?
Why I should think that natural events require appeal to non-natural things to account for their occurrence? Like, even if I granted that I don't know why it occurred, if it happened in the natural world, then clearly whatever conduced its occurrence, whatever caused its occurrence, is going to be a natural thing. Like, nobody sees a car explode and thinks that, like, Harry Potter magic is secretly real and somebody cast a spell. Like somebody casts Incendio and blew like we don't think that. Even if we're not sure oh Jesus Christ.
Why it exploded.
Even if we're not sure what caused the explosion, we know it wasn't like something magical. It was some sort of natural cause. Why would we take a different approach? Granting that miracles are natural occurrences, why would we treat them differently? Why would we suppose
we don't
that they must have non-natural causes?
We don't.
But miracles are not things caused by God.
Yes. The reason why is because he's the creator of the universe. That's the thing that you want to understand. He's the one who created all the rules. He's the one talking to you, telling you to do this thing. In reality, he has a conversation. He has interaction with you as a human being.
Conversations with a non-existent entity. Is Santa Claus secretly talking to me and telling me, "Hey, you're being a bad boy right now"? Like, I don't understand this.
Which part?
The whole thing. I'm having some difficulty tracking this discussion.
Yeah, which part, Leophilius? I'm sorry, it's really simple the way I present it. I don't know which part you're not following.
Why I should think natural events require non-natural causes, even in an instance where I don't know what the cause is.
You don't know what the cause is?
There's
you know what
that happens.
The cause is.
So somebody that I saw die 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I see them walking around.
Okay.
There's no question about this being that person I saw die. Why should I suppose that some entity magicked this person alive again rather than that maybe they faked their death or something like that? Why would I appeal to non-natural causes?
Don't.
Oh, okay, then I wouldn't for Jesus either. I would just assume Jesus faked his death.
No, do your research. Ask questions.
This just sounds like special pleading. Like, in any instance, we shouldn't assume it was non-natural, except for Jesus, except for his resurrection.
Don't.
You're right. I don't, because I shouldn't. There's no reason.
You shouldn't, and that's what I'm saying. You say except for, and I say no. Even in the case of Jesus, ask the questions. Look it up. Verify that it is indeed not a lie. Make your detective work, if you want, to make sure this person. Make sure that this person that you see alive today didn't fake his death yesterday.
How do you know Jesus didn't fake his death?
Do you understand what I just said, or was it unclear?
Do you think Jesus faked his death?
I think you didn't listen to what I just said.
Do you think Jesus faked his death?
No. Can you repeat back what I said?
Why don't you think Jesus faked his death?
Could you repeat back? You are not having. We're not having. You can't. You're not listening.
Why do you think Jesus did not fake his death? Do you think he really died and really came back from the dead? That's what you think?
Jesus really died and really came back from the dead. Yes.
And you think that this is an entirely natural occurrence?
Entirely. Yeah, we classify it as supernatural because, like I said about randomness. But yeah, it is a natural occurrence. Yeah.
Okay, so in that sense, why not think that Jesus faked his death? Doesn't that better explain seeing him after he died than thinking he got magicked back to life?
Because of those who made the work around the death of Jesus. He was really dead for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, but how do you know they knew that when they wrote about this like 40 years after this supposedly happened? How can you be sure that the people even writing this knew who the fuck Jesus was?
How can I be sure? Okay, at one point, you have to stop being hyper-skeptic. It is possible.
I'm not being hyper-skeptical. The problem we keep running into here is that I'm struggling to understand like the basis of your epistemology. Like you're making a lot of assumptions
Which
about
one?
the people that wrote about Jesus and
What
all
is
of
the
this
assumption
stuff.
that I made?
What is the what?
What is the assumption that I make? You claim
That the
I make a
people
lot
who
of
wrote about
assumptions. What
Jesus
is
like
the
knew
assumption
who
that
he
I made?
was, saw him after he supposedly died.
That's an
All of
assumption?
this.
Is that an assumption that I made for real?
That is an assumption. Yes.
It is not an assumption. It
So
is an
the
observation.
people that
It is
so the
not an
people that
assumption.
wrote the
Assumption
Gospels did not
means
know
that
who
we don't
Jesus
have
was.
evidence for it.
That's not what an assumption is. Assumption is like something you're assuming that you're taking to be the case before it's demonstrated to be.
Without evidence. Am I
Not
correct?
necessarily. No, I mean not necessarily. No. I
Oh,
think people
okay.
can make assumptions based on background, based on like priors and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So assumptions are like evidence based. Like we
I'm
assume
assuming I'm going to wake up
that-
tomorrow. I have
that
good reasons
gravity
to assume that.
is
I
like
have evidence to.
20.8 kind of thing.
I assume that if I dropped this cup, it's going to fall because
Yeah.
I have evidence
Those are
that things
assumptions.
fall
Okay.
when I let go of them.
For me, assumptions in English, for me, the words assumption convey the idea of without proof. So that's why I asked you about assumptions. I understand better. In this conversation, assumptions are like, I assume that the coffee cup will fall, this kind of thing. It's really good. Okay, I understand. Good. So yeah, I make assumptions. Yeah.
And real quick, there's a
Yeah.
few super chats that came in.
Yeah.
Looks
Listening.
like they're all questions for Luke.
Hello.
Nobody
Hello,
on
super
Fire
chats.
asked, does Luke accept that Muhammad rode a winged horse to heaven? If not,
No.
what's the difference between that and Jesus' miracles?
The testimonies of those who claim he does, they weren't reliable. Basically, Muhammad was a liar.
What makes you think that the testimonies about people who wrote about Jesus coming back from the dead are reliable?
The detective work around, like the research or the thing that you do to make sure that the person you saw alive 2 days after seeing her dead is indeed not lying.
So,
Okay.
you think the evidence showed? Wait, I'm sorry. I'm going to let you finish with the super chats.
Oh, yeah. And then Kurt was asking, did St. Edmund the martyr resurrect also?
Since Allah is real, is Luke scared of his
well, Kurt was asking, did St. Edmund the martyr resurrect also?
Who's that?
The guy, I think, that had his head removed, and then, like, they found his head screaming in the woods with wolves or something. And
I don't know about the story. I'm sorry.
No? Okay, no worries.
That would be the answer. I don't know. I don't know who it is.
And then Cody H, since Allah is real, is Luke scared of Islam hell? Does he think Muhammad split the moon? Saying Allah is real is Christian blasphemy.
Okay, so when I say Allah is real, it's not Allah as perceived as by the Muslim. The Muslim have a perception of God that is, they made a mistake. For example, they claim that it is bad to eat bacon, right? So they say that about God, and they say something that is objectively wrong about the will of God. God doesn't prevent you to eat bacon today. It was the case maybe before, but not today. Okay, so Allah talk about a type of hell, Islam hell. This one is also a mistake about Islam. So no, I am not scared of
the Bible says you shouldn't eat bacon, right?
Yeah, some interpretation. So
it's not some interpretation. It openly states you shall not consume the flesh of animals with cloven hooves or that chew the cud, which means you shouldn't be eating beef either.
Shit. I forgot the second part of the claim, the question.
Does he think Muhammad split the moon?
No. Okay.
Why?
The rest is not the question. Okay, cool.
Why don't you think Muhammad split the moon?
Again, unreliable sources.
And what makes you think that the sources concerning Jesus' resurrection are reliable?
Many things. Reliability of people.
Pick one.
Pick one?
Yeah, pick one. Let's talk about it.
They were ready to die for it.
So?
That's it?
There's a lot of Muslims that were ready to die for the stuff they believe. So the stuff they're saying must be true too, right?
No, it's about an event. The resurrection is an event. It's not an ideology.
Well, but if there's other people that are willing to die for their beliefs, but that doesn't make their beliefs true, then why think that it makes your beliefs true?
You need to tell me why I said no.
What?
Why did I say no to the question before? Did you listen to my answer before asking another question?
What question did you say no to?
Okay, so right now you have this shit. I forgot my train of thought. Right now you ask your question again.
So I asked you what's one reason why you think the testimony surrounding Jesus' resurrection
they were ready
is
to
true,
die.
and then you said they were ready to die, and I pointed out, okay,
but
there are other people who have been ready to die for their beliefs, but you don't think that their beliefs are true. So then, in what stand? How could that be a standard if you think that it doesn't actually mean that what they're saying is true?
The mistake you make is that you're missing a part of the reason why. It doesn't stop at they're ready to die. They are ready to die for an event, not an ideology. Do you understand the difference?
Yeah, but there's other people that are willing to die for that too.
For
and
an
it
event.
Would be an ideology. The idea being that this guy came back from the dead. They're willing to die for that.
An event, not an ideology. Do you understand the difference? Yes or no?
Yeah, there's people that think certain events happen and they're willing to die for it, but they're still wrong. So
you understand the difference? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you claim that there are people who are ready to die for an event, I'm listening to who are you thinking about when you say that?
Oh, there's Muslims that are willing to die for the claim that Muhammad split the moon, which is an
event.
No. Yeah.
There are no such thing.
Yeah, there are. I've met them. I've talked with them.
And they're dead?
Are they dead? No, they're willing to die for their belief in the occurrence of certain events. Yeah.
No. Okay. Are you able to name one person?
Am I going to name one person? No.
Are you? If you were given enough time, would you be able to name one person who died for an event, not an ideology?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's a claim that I am having with many other atheists out there. And when it comes to the resurrection of Christ in this conversation, this is where we are at. Okay, but they are looking for this specific person who died for an event, not an idea. Okay, you understood the difference between those two, and they have yet to find such a person who died because they say either you lie or either you say he did not resurrect or you die. Okay, so either you claim that I don't know whatever the event or you die, and they were unable to provide me of such a thing. So that will be maybe for another conversation. But you asked me to pick one. One of the thing is one of those things. The other thing we could talk about is what's they were reliable. Why are they reliable? So the question is, why are the early Christian reliable? Is because the one of the other reason why I believe they are reliable is because the religion before it reached the politics field, they rose, they grew, the message was transmitted, and people agreed with the message. So unreliable people do not grow as fast. So the term would be explosive growth of first Christians.
But Christianity early on actually did not explosively grow. In fact, most of the early popularity of Christianity is going to come after 300 AC or AD. Excuse me, I don't know why AC. Jesus, this isn't Game of Thrones.
ACDC. Okay. It's because of the dead people in the street.
That's going to be because of its adoption in the Roman Empire by Emperor Constantine. That's what really initially popularized Christianity. But then there's nothing Like, okay, Christianity got popular because the largest and most powerful empire adopted it as like official doctrine.
Yeah. So Leophilius, you are not wrong in the claim that it blew, like decupitated many more Christian because it was
You
adopted
also
by.
said that like false ideas don't spread fast. That's just not true.
So
I can actually bring up an example right now. It's kind of hyper specific, but it still makes the point. I'm sure you're probably not super familiar. Maybe you are, but I would presume you're probably not super familiar with American politics. But that's fine. So there is.
You made a mistake. Allow me to correct it later. I'm listening to you.
So there's a congressperson, a congressman in the United States. So recently, a church got shot up. And once again, there's not like this doesn't happen like 5 times a day in America. This is nothing new. What side of the political aisle was he on? Well, there was a picture from 2019 on the dude's Facebook of him wearing a camo shirt that's got like a Trump 2020 thing going on right here. And Eric Swalwell is the name of the representative in Congress who shared this image and was like, "Oh, look, just another, white guy, Trump supporter, shot up." Anyway, the Daily Caller edited the picture to remove the Trump logo and then claimed that Eric Swalwell edited it in. And so now everybody that's a Trumpist in the United States thinks that Eric Swalwell is the one that edited it, a false thing. And this spread very, very quickly, particularly on Twitter. So this seems to show that false ideas can and often do spread very, very quickly. So that was just another claim that I wanted to address. And I apologize for the hyper-specific example, but it was just something that happened very recently that popped into my head that shows how false ideas can propagate very, very, very quickly.
Yeah, 2,000 years ago.
The speed with which an idea propagates says nothing about its truth.
Was there Twitter or social media 2,000 years ago?
No, but that's irrelevant to the.
It is relevant to my
point.
claim.
Well, it's not relevant to the point that I'm making, which is that false ideas can spread just as quickly as true ideas, and that the speed at which an idea spreads it says nothing about whether or not the idea is true or false.
Today,
that would be to argue that it does. To argue that an idea spreads quickly
different
or
than
is more
before.
popular, and therefore it must be true or more likely to be true, would just be a form of the argumentum ad populum fallacy.
All right, guys, the initial hour has ended. I'm adding 23 minutes now.
Do we have to?
I mean, that's what I told them we were going to do. Do you want to concede?
No.
Why
would I concede a correct position?
I'm adding 23 minutes.
I smoke, snort, short, meth, and crack.
Yeah, there's an interesting conversation going on in the side chat.
I see that.
It's been going on for a little while. So.
Mm-hmm. So the mistake that you made, I think I should have written it down. You claim that it did not explode before the first king or whatever the role he had. That's what you claim, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't explosive.
That's correct.
Growth.
It's largely isolated. I mean, at the time, Christianity was not. Very early Christianity wasn't even really considered its own religion at that time. It was considered like this apocalyptic sect of Judaism. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they had little pockets, places where I think they're like some of again, very, very early Christianity had already made it to like, what was it, Ethiopia or some African country, something like that. But that doesn't make it like widespread and popular because the communities were still very small and very isolated.
Mm-hmm. So this is a claim that is not by historians. It's not from me. Okay, the fact that it's a fact that I learned for the purpose of this debate. That indeed, when it comes to the growth of the early Christians, they were explosive, unexplained, almost miraculous. So you have a different information? that you share with me. You say no, it was really normal the way the number they were at the beginning and how spread they were around the world is very normal for early sex when it comes to the beginning of it.
Nobody on fire that in 13 more
$13
minutes.
no more bloods, no man.
The super chat, nobody on fire.
There's no more blood. I don't like blood. Yeah, so that would be maybe something that we could look up for another conversation. We don't have to look it up right now. We have two conflicting information coming from. For me, it was a reliable source to my thing. I hope yours also is a reliable one when it comes to the growth of early Christians. So this one also is not. So yeah, I will ask the question: what would you need to observe so that you agree that Jesus resurrected?
There isn't anything that I could observe that would make me think that Jesus resurrected, because there isn't anything I could observe that would make me think that the laws of nature could be violated.
Okay,
the fact that miracles are nomoologically impossible just thoroughly and completely overdetermines their occurrence.
The claim that you made today is unfalsifiable.
I don't know if I said that correctly, but
yeah, I understand what you meant. I understand the main idea from your argument. So, do we agree that your claim Jesus did not resurrect is unfalsifiable?
Is it unfalsifiable? I don't think so.
Oh, how would we falsify it?
How would we falsify that Jesus rose from the dead?
The other way around.
Or how would we show that Jesus did rise from the dead?
Correct.
I have no idea. I don't know how you show that you violate the laws of nature.
Yeah, I know you don't know. That's why I say that it is unfalsifiable. Your claim tonight, you have an unfalsifiable claim.
I don't think that it's unfalsifiable that Jesus.
How would you falsify your claim?
How would I falsify the claim that Jesus rose from the dead?
No, your claim, which is he did not.
Well, but my I don't know how I would falsify my claim is the negative claim. Jesus.
Correct. It is unfalsifiable. We agree on that.
Well, I mean, I guess then all negative claims like that would be unfalsifiable.
I'm sorry. I can say that there is no coffee cup in front of me, and I can falsify this claim. I can move the camera and show there is a coffee cup in front of me. I will falsify a negative claim. Negative claim can be falsified. There is easy ways to do those.
Okay.
So, are you agreeing with me that your claim is unfalsifiable, and therefore this debate is no?
I would just say, show me Jesus rising from the dead. And that would falsify my claim.
Okay, cool. That's it. Okay, so you say it is possible to falsify it. What would be the evidence that you need to observe so that you agree that Jesus rose from the dead is this question, or
just
how
like
you
falsified that there is no coffee cup in front of you by showing the coffee cup, falsified that Jesus did not rise from the dead by showing Jesus rising from the dead. Just taking the same exact logic and applying it back to the claim.
Do you want to think about your answer before giving it to us?
I just gave my answer.
Yeah, do you want to think about it before reiterating it?
Why would I need to think about it?
Because it doesn't apply to an event.
I mean, are you denying that showing Jesus rising from the dead would falsify the claim that he didn't rise from the dead? Are you denying that?
You don't want to think about it.
Are you denying that showing Jesus rising from the dead would falsify the claim that Jesus did not rise from the dead?
So the trouble you're having is that you're asking for
I'm not having any trouble. Would you deny that showing Jesus rising from the dead would falsify the claim that Jesus did not rise from the dead?
Do we agree on that? Do we agree that you cannot time travel? Yes or no?
I don't know what that has to do with my question. My question is,
to show you Jesus rising from the dead, you need to be able to travel.
The question I'm asking would be like an in principle question. In principle, showing Jesus rising from the dead would falsify the claim that he did not rise from the dead.
Correct. In principle.
Okay. There we go. So then the claim is falsifiable. We might not have the means to actually falsify it.
Are we able
but
to
the claim
time travel?
Is in
yes
principle
or no?
falsifiable. So, not that falsifiability alone really means anything, but
is it possible to time travel?
It's not nomologically possible to time travel. Well, it really depends what you mean by I'm time traveling right now. We're all time traveling. We're all moving through time.
Leophilius, don't do
Now,
that.
if you mean time travel in the sense that most people is in like inserting yourself into some different moment in time, either in the past or in the future. No, I
For
would
the case of Jesus Christ, for you to be able to see Jesus Christ resurrected, the thing that will falsify your claim, kind that you need a time travel machine for you to be able to time travel in the back and see Jesus resurrected. Do we agree that this is impossible?
Yeah, it is nomologically impossible. It's not logically impossible, but it's physically impossible.
So when I ask, is it falsifiable, and
we both agree, yes,
the reason to falsify the answer claim, yes. You gave is something that is impossible to do, or nomologically impossible to do. That's how you defend your case. You say, yeah, I did show that my claim is falsifiable by giving an example of something that is nomologically impossible. Right?
The claim is in principle falsifiable, as you yourself agreed with. So I don't know what we're doing here.
Do we agree on what I just said, or did I make a mistake?
That time travel is nomologically impossible. That's physically impossible. Yeah, of course it is.
What I just said is, in this debate, you had a claim. In this claim, you said it is falsifiable. Mm-hmm. And the way to falsify it,
and we both agreed it is in principle falsifiable. So I don't know what we're doing here.
And the way to falsify it is to do something that is nomologically impossible. Do we agree on that?
The way to falsify it?
Yeah. How do you falsify your claim? You need to do something that is nomologically impossible.
Assuming the only way to show that Jesus rose from the dead would be to time travel, then yes.
Okay, so that's how I win the debate.
By conceding that the claim is in principle falsifiable.
That's usually I don't know how to present that differently. Let's say I speak with a flat earther, right? And he says, "Oh yeah, there is a way to falsify my claim."
Do you think that I'm not understanding what you're saying? Is that what you think is happening right now? That I'm not understanding what you're saying? Rather than that I just think it's irrelevant because you've already agreed that the claim is in principle falsifiable.
Okay, the principle thing doesn't hold any true value in this debate, right?
What?
It is in principle falsifiable that the Earth is flat. Spherical. Do we agree?
It is. Say that one more time.
In principle, it is possible to falsify the claim that the Earth is spherical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In practical, it is not.
Sure.
So
that doesn't make it not an unfalsifiable
in the debate. What matters is what it's not principle. Principle doesn't matter. It's what is feasible is what matters. And right now, your claim is unfalsifiable in nomologically.
It's in practice unfalsifiable.
In practice.
In that you couldn't actually go about falsifying the claim, but the claim can be falsified. You just don't have the means to produce the falsification.
In practice, infalsifiable. Falsifiable. That's all I needed to show, right?
The claim being unfalsifiable nothing would turn on that fact anyway, so.
What? Any claim that is unfalsifiable in practice is null. There is no reason to debate it. There is no way to falsify it. There is no basis. It is a lack of knowledge from the one who claimed the claim, because in practice,
I don't know what
it is
lack
unfalsifiable.
Of knowledge has to do with anything.
You don't know what it has to do. Let's pick the flat earther, okay? The flat earther has a claim. The earth is flat, okay? He says, in practice, it is unfalsifiable. There is nothing in practice that you can show me that will falsify my claim that the earth is flat. Even if you show me all of those experiments that you show me, those do not falsify my claim that the earth is flat. Do you agree that the claim, having a debate with such a flat earther wouldn't have any meaning? There is no meaning to have a debate because he doesn't have access to the truth. He doesn't allow the truth to win.
So I think there is meaning to having debates with them. It's fun. It's entertaining.
That's not my question. My question is about this specific flat earther. the one who claim that in practice it is unfalsifiable.
I would still debate them because it would still be entertaining. So I don't care.
What is the purpose of a debate?
It depends on who you ask. I don't think there's like one objective purpose to a debate.
What is the purpose of this debate for you?
For me, entertainment value.
Okay, you don't know to. You don't want to know if Jesus did resurrect or not.
Oh no, I know that Jesus could not have resurrected from the dead because that's
if you were to make a mistake,
impossible.
you want to correct your mistake.
Yeah, but I haven't made a mistake. That's the thing.
Yeah.
What mistake
The reason why you haven't made a mistake is because the claim you make is in practice unfalsifiable. That's why you can claim
that doesn't matter. Nothing turns on that. I can grant you that. Sure, nothing turns on that fact.
Nothing turns on
claims that are unfalsifiable can still be true. Like the truth value of a claim doesn't depend on its being unfalsifiable.
Oh, you go to philosophy
or
right now.
falsifiable.
So a flat earther who has this claim, which is in practice unfalsifiable, right? Do we agree that their claim is unfalsifiable in practice?
That the Earth is flat?
The flat earther, yeah, their claim is the Earth is flat, and their claim is in practice unfalsifiable. Do we agree on that?
No, I think it's very much falsifiable. In fact, I think we have falsified it.
There's an interesting question in
according
chat.
to you, but not according to them. Do we agree?
Yeah, but they would just be wrong.
And they would say, "Oh no, but nobody has proven me wrong." Right? Like you did.
A lot of people say a lot of crazy things.
The same vocabulary. They will use the same vocabulary that you do, and they will say something along the line of, "Oh, everything can be true." I'm like, "Yeah, come on, a strong word." But you understand what I mean? The idea of having a claim that is in practice unfalsifiable doesn't make it makes the debate interesting. That we like you say, entertainment purposes works, okay? But right now, when you arrive to the end of the debate, you have those questions where you say, okay, how would you falsify your thing? You say, well, in practice it is unfalsifiable, but in principle it is. I'm like, yeah, but anyway, I don't care about the principle. I care about the practice, about what really happened in the past.
Yeah, but that's just
an event
preferential
in the past.
There's nothing objective about that. That's what you prefer. You prefer to talk about things that are in practice falsifiable, and I don't care.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Neither one of us is right or wrong on that fact. It's just a matter of preferences.
We have a different definition of what is right or wrong. For me, what is right or true is those that are in practice falsifiable.
Well, okay? Again, truth value.
The true things are.
Truth value of any
for you, it is not. So we don't have the same definition
of whether or not the proposition is unfalsifiable.
What?
The truth value of a proposition is not going to depend on whether or not the proposition is falsifiable or unfalsifiable.
For you, it is not. For me, it is. That's what I'm pointing out.
For anybody that knows anything about notions of truth, like all the expert philosophers and logicians would agree with what I just said.
You go to philosophy, the thing that people don't care about. Okay,
philosophers care about philosophy, and well-educated people also care about philosophy.
Entertainment people don't care about philosophy.
It provides for analytic methods through which we can better understand concepts and their relation to other concepts and their relation to the world, to give us a better understanding of the world around us and our place within it. Yeah.
I'm not saying that philosophy is completely useless, but in this debate, it would be.
No, well, for me, it's not, because I'm presenting a philosophical
because it allows
argument.
you to escape patch. Yeah, you say everything is truth.
I'm
go ahead. Go to philosophy when you talk about historical events. That's a good idea. Yeah, good technique. Philosophy. I'm not right. I'm right. Because philosophically, everything I say can be true. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Well, I haven't made that claim,
I'm sorry.
So
That's not the purpose of this debate. Did Jesus resurrect is a historical event in the past? You say that there is this claim is in practice unfalsifiable. The claim that you made is unfalsifiable. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go over there.
You haven't shown how anything turns on the claim being unfalsifiable. And as I have pointed out, the falsifiability of a proposition has nothing to say about the truth value of the proposition. A claim you also haven't shown to be wrong.
In philosophy. No, what's the question?
No, in philosophy, in semantics, in language, that's just a fact of the way that humans communicate. The
No,
falsifiability
it
of a
is
claim
not.
says
And
nothing
I
about the truth
demonstrated to
value
you
of
with
the claim.
the flat earther analogy.
You didn't demonstrate anything. You gave an analogy that didn't do that. Again, nothing turned on.
We agreed that because the claim of the flat earther, if the claim of the flat earther, it would be in practice unfalsifiable, the conversation would be for entertainment purposes, not to find the truth.
Well, I disagree with that because again, truth has nothing to do with the falsifiability of a claim.
You would be able to find if the Earth is spherical or not with while having a debate with someone who that claim.
Why do
Yes
I
or no?
debate flat earthers?
Now, would you be able to obtain the truth or know which one of you two is correct, while the opponent that you have hold this claim, the claim that the Earth is flat is in practice unfalsifiable?
Yeah, you could, of course.
Okay, we'll talk about that after the question. What's the question?
Yeah, so nobody on fire asked a directly on topic question. Thank you for the super chat. How about we get a mechanical explanation of resurrection or a single example of a resurrection after brain death?
What? I don't understand the question. Is there such a thing? Is he asking?
He's asking for a mechanical explanation of resurrection or a single example of a resurrection after brain death.
Beside the Jesus one, another one.
No, he's asking for one example. So like that's in the Bible, right? And so that's not going to count towards this because that's a book that's a mix of like fiction and real stuff. And so he's asking for something that we can actually verify. Like, what's the actual physical way that resurrection happen,
okay.
or providing a single example of a resurrection after a verified brain death.
Okay, so how do we get a mechanical explanation of resurrection? I don't know. Can we get a single example of resurrection after brain death? Yes, Jesus.
Well, no. Brain death wasn't a thing back then. So it
what?
happened, but they didn't know what it was.
Yeah, okay.
He's asking for like a verifiable example where they know they were brain dead and it was recorded and they had a resurrection. So maybe they verified the brain was dead, buried them, and they were resurrected 3 days later or something like that.
Okay, why? What's even if we if I have a coffee cup here in my hand, does it mean that I had a coffee cup yesterday? No, it's not because I am able to provide an example of a coffee cup in my hand. It's true that I had a coffee cup yesterday.
That you had a coffee cup yesterday, but I'm sure that a variety of inductive or perhaps abductive arguments could be given for the probability of you having had a coffee.
You say there is a way to acquire to arrive to the truth with such a person. How would you proceed?
How do you mean?
How do you proceed to achieve the truth? To know which one of those two has the true claim? If one of those two claim that the claim is in practice unfalsifiable.
I would look at, well, it's not, and I would look at general relativity.
You would look at Einstein relativity?
That's correct.
And?
Which tells us that massive bodies of a sufficient mass are going to be spheroidal as a result of hydrostatic equilibrium between gravity pulling.
But he's a liar, right?
And the resistance.
He was paid by the government.
No, he wasn't.
How do you prove him to be wrong? Because he has the argument that it is a lie from the government. How do you prove him to be wrong?
I show the math. I just work out the mathematics and then show the direct observations that confirm the predictions of that mathematics. How we do science.
Yeah.
So I would just show him the science.
Yeah, but science is wrong. Your science is wrong, Leophilius.
It's not. That's
what he would say.
Sure, and he's wrong and can't show that.
I know he is, but you are not able to prove him wrong.
I am, and I can do it mathematically. In fact, so yeah.
Leo, the person will not because he's unable to give you.
They might not arrive at the truth because they're dumb and stupid and like to say stupid shit on the internet for money.
There you go.
But everybody
Welcome
else
to
listening
the
who
people
understands
who are
math
unable
and physics
to.
is going to be like, "Oh, I see the
You
truth
call
in
yourself
this.
dumb.
That's really cool."
I'm not the one.
So yeah, that's how we can do that.
Why do you call yourself dumb, Leo? You're not dumb. You should find a way to falsify your claim in practice. If you don't want
nothing
to
turns on that fact, so I don't see why that matters.
What, when you say nothing turns on that fact, the thing that turns on is your wish. You wish him to be
I
dumb.
never made a wish.
You claim the guy who claimed that the Earth is flat is dumb, right?
Yeah, the flat earthers are kind of stupid. This is
Yeah.
a universal. This is just a universal law of nature at this point.
Yeah, there you go. So you call people that way, those pejorative name, or
What that means is that it's
instead of
nomologically
arguing-
impossible for a flat earther to be smart.
arguing for their point of view or against their point of view. You're unable to argue against the point of view because their claim is in
False.
practice unfalsifiable.
It's not in practice unfalsifiable. In fact, it is very much in practice falsifiable. We have practiced falsifying it many a time. Yeesh.
Leo, which part? The phrase that you just said, I could say the same thing about the resurrection of Christ. Do we agree or do we disagree? I hope you disagree.
Yes, you could say the same thing. That doesn't mean anything.
But you would say what would your answer be?
What would my answer be to what?
That? It has been falsified. Your position has been falsified in practice.
I would say I don't know how that would be like saying that I can falsify that like married bachelors don't exist. No, you can't.
There you go. You say you can't, right?
Yeah.
That would be the answer of the flat earther.
I mean, it's not a perfect analogy.
You would claim that it had been falsified, but they would answer back, no, you can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot. They will say you cannot because you say you cannot for Jesus Christ. They will say you cannot for the shape of the earth. The same answer. You will receive the same answer. As long as you don't have this this thing, you are stuck. You need a way to falsify practically your claim.
No, you don't.
If you want to move, the next step, you need this. If you are unable, you don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, like most logics are straightforwardly based on unfalsifiable claims.
Most logics, yeah, but we're not talking about logic. We're talking about historical
the claims
events.
Are still true. So clearly, truth doesn't matter when it comes to or rather, falsifiability doesn't really matter when it comes to truth. It might matter when it comes to certain epistemic states that an agent can have about whether some proposition is true, but whether or not the proposition is true is irrelevant to whether it can be falsified or not.
We are talking about historical events.
Again, as I've stated multiple times, I can grant you the claim. I can just grant you the claim is even in principle unfalsifiable. Nothing turns on that fact.
Because you're comparing to a philosophical thing. You lost. You push aside.
I'm not comparing anything. I don't know what you mean by compare.
Don't know.
This is how we understand concepts of truth and the concept of falsifiability. Truth as a concept does not entail falsifiability. It's not like in order for a claim to be true, it has to be falsifiable. That's not true.
When it comes to historical context, historical facts, yes, it is. When it comes to philosophical claims, I'm agreeing with you. But when it comes to historical facts, yes, it must be
the claim
in practice
that
falsifiable
are non-logically
if you want
impossible is
to claim it is true
term.
or false.
So,
if you are unable for in historical facts to falsify an historical fact,
I'm not making any historical claims, though. I'm making a philosophical claim that miracles are non-logically impossible. A claim I have thoroughly defended.
In philosophy, in this case, I don't care about philosophy because it doesn't describe reality.
That's your problem,
right? It is a problem, right? I demonstrated that you are unable to acknowledge what happened in the past. Right now, for you to
Well, I don't know
uphold,
what you mean when you say that you demonstrated
for
that I was unable to acknowledge the
for
facts. I don't know
you
what you're talking about there.
for you to uphold your position, you need to move it to the realm of philosophy and not stay in the realm of reality, or what we
What's the
call
difference between
actual
these two
events.
quote unquote realms?
What?
What's the difference between these two quote unquote realms?
One is real, and the one is in the mind. Like there is atoms or things that we can touch, and there are evidence and proof and those kind of things that we can have
we
in the realm
that
of.
by hard.
Now
to
you
keep
are
up with people who aren't
you
saying
are
anything
insulting me.
interesting.
Okay, good.
No, I'm not insulting you. I said nothing about you as a person. I said I made a claim about what you're saying, not about you.
Okay, it's not an insult.
The intent was not to insult you. I didn't say anything about you. I said something about the words that you said.
You say you're not saying anything interesting.
Yeah, I don't think that
not an insult.
I don't think because it's not an attack on your character. That's what an insult is. An insult is an attack on a person's character. I didn't say anything.
You're not
about
saying that I'm not interesting. You're saying just the thing
no.
that I'm saying
What you said is not interesting. Yeah. It's not, with respect to the discussion being had, it's not interesting. Nothing turns on it. It's not a refutation of anything that I've said. It doesn't show that I'm wrong about anything. It doesn't show that you're right about anything.
No, it's a waste of time. That's what you do, right? When you're wrong and you are out of arguments to support your claim, you go to the person, what the person is saying, and arguing about that instead.
I didn't argue about that. I just made a claim.
Yeah, you use it to, instead of going to the what is real, what really happened, you go to another direction. And you say, "Oh well, anyway, whatever you say is not
about
interesting."
What really happened and what really didn't happen. I said I am talking about what really happened and what really didn't happen.
Yeah, but there is no way to falsify what really didn't happen.
Yeah, there is.
There is a way to falsify what really didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but not in practice.
We already talked about this.
Yeah, the time machine thing.
The claim is in principle falsifiable. So
in principle, but not in practice, right?
Which doesn't matter. Again, nothing turns on that, and you haven't shown anything that does.
Anything that does what?
You haven't shown that it being in practice unfalsifiable matters. You haven't shown how that matters at all to whether or not the claim is true.
Well, let's do the same thing.
You're just philosophizing. That's just not an answer. It's just a non-answer.
Okay, let's say that there is a claim. Well, I tried with the flat earther. You said okay, the flat earther will be wrong, and that's it.
Flat earther is wrong.
Is wrong. He would just be wrong. Even if I give him all the facts, all the mathematics, all the scientific community things, and he would still hold the claim that the Earth is flat, he would still be wrong. And that's your
which is saying nothing about that. Which again, you're not talking about reality when you point that out. You're talking about the epistemic state of the flat Earth, but you're not talking about the reality of whether or not the Earth is flat.
If you don't want to listen to me, why would I talk to you? Why would I keep talking to you if you don't want to listen to the answer to your question?
Because you're just not saying anything interesting.
Yeah. Concession, Luke?
You're not talking about the reality of whether the Earth is flat. You're talking about the epistemic state of the flat earther with respect to the claims about whether or not the Earth is flat. You're just philosophizing, bro.
Right now, when I talk and I answer the reason why practice falsifiability is necessary to find the thing that allows you to know what is true or correct, or
so what you're saying that truth does entail falsifiability. That to know that a claim is true, you have to be able to falsify the claim. Is that what you're saying?
I don't understand your question. What I say is that because your claim is in practice unfalsifiable, you will not be able to know which one of us two is correct or has the true claim about Jesus' resurrection.
Yeah, well, yes, I can. In fact, I gave a two-stage argument that does exactly that. I can bring it back up if you'd like me to.
The first premise is false.
No, it's not.
How do you falsify that?
How do I falsify what?
The first premise.
How do I wouldn't. I think it's true. What do you mean falsify?
Is there a way to falsify this true? That the thing that you think is true?
No, it's
no, it's not.
It's analytic. So I don't know what that would mean. That's like asking, well, how would you falsify that a bachelor is a married man or an unmarried man? That the question doesn't make sense.
I can answer that question. Do you want me
That's not something that the concept of falsifiability, which is generally attached to.
Do you want me to answer the question about the bachelor? So you understand what I mean when I ask you about falsify your P1? Do you want me to answer the question about the bachelor?
No, it wasn't a question.
Oh, okay. So you understand when I say that the P1 is also unfalsifiable, the first claim that you made.
Yeah, and again, you see, you keep using the word unfalsifiable as if it means not true. Like, if something's unfalsifiable, then it's not true. You have not yet established that. And every time I've shown that's clearly not the right way to think about this, you just say, oh, well, you're just philosophizing, bro. So pointing out that something is unfalsifiable, I can grant you that. Nothing turns on that fact. It's not relevant to the discussion being had, whether or not the claim is falsifiable. That miracles are violations of the laws of nature is something semantic. That's just what we mean when we talk about miracles.
Something that
and I went through the explanation that miracles are supposed to be these exceptional events that occur in the world that fall out of accord with natural law. Because if they didn't fall out of accord with natural law, then they wouldn't be these exceptional events that miracles are, and then it just wouldn't make sense to talk about them as miracles. What miracles are understood as being these exceptional events that are out of accord with the natural order. So and say, well, how would you falsify that? That the concept of falsifiability is just irrelevant here.
Right now, you keep repeating that. Something that is unfalsifiable can still be true. That's what you keep repeating over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
You haven't shown that that's false.
Yeah. Let's hear the argument for that, okay? So
the argument is that there is no entailment between falsifiability and truth. They're different concepts. Falsifiability doesn't refer to whether or not something is true. It refers to whether or not some agent can hold various epistemic states about the truth or falsity of a proposition. So some proposition might be unfalsifiable, but that doesn't state anything about the proposition's truth value.
Can you give an example
of
something that is unfalsifiable and still true?
All bachelors are unmarried men.
Shit. Sorry, I have a phone call. Be right back. I need to...
Take your time.
Here we go. Rejects. All bachelors.
All bachelors are unmarried men. Yeah, that's an unfalsifiable statement. The concept of falsifiability doesn't matter. It's an analytic statement. So...
What? Yeah. You can falsify this.
No, you can't.
If you change the meaning of the word bachelor,
then you're talking about a completely different thing, and you're not talking about the same concept. If you change the meaning of the concept, then it's a different concept. You're not talking about the same thing. Then I just don't care. It's not what I'm referring to. For all x is equal to x, the law of identity. That's an unfalsifiable claim. It's true. It's not just unfalsifiable, it's unjustifiable as well. It's still true. It's an axiom. Axioms are going to be claims that are true, at least within the system, that are unfalsifiable and oftentimes unjustifiable.
Can you say that about an event? Can an event be unfalsifiable and still be true? So something that happened in the past.
Events aren't true or false things. Events are these occurrences in the world. Truth and falsity applies to propositions.
Okay, when we ask, did Jesus resurrected? The question of today.
That is a proposition. Well, that's actually a question. Well, a proposition would be something like Jesus did resurrect from the dead. That's a
Okay.
proposition. That can be true or false.
Is that an event? The resurrection?
It describes a purported event. Yes. The
Okay.
claim itself is not an event. The claim relates is some sort of linguistic structure relating to the purported occurrence of an event.
Okay. So you wore glasses today or yesterday is also an event. The wearing of the glasses.
The physical wearing of the physical glasses is an event.
Yeah.
The claim that I'm wearing glasses or whatever associated claim about me wearing glasses itself is not an event. That would be a claim.
That's time. Go ahead and finish y'all's statements here, and then we'll move into the closing statements.
Sure. Shit, I was getting into the unfalsifiability of you wore glasses yesterday. If someone were to claim that it is unfalsifiable in practice, the fact that he wore glasses yesterday, I would say, well, yeah, if you want to have this kind of precision, we will never know if Leo did wear glasses yesterday or not. We will never know which one of those two is the more correct one or the true one, because he went with true and philosophy and what true means in philosophy. So right now we have this conversation that is, there is no way to differentiate. We don't have a tool to say, okay, here is what we need to observe for Luke to have the right answer or the correct answer, and here is what we need to observe to have his opponent have the correct answer. We weren't able to find a tool to do that in this conversation, and therefore it's not my end. I presented many things that we could use to do that, but he didn't want to. He said, "I want to have."
Well, we're not doing the closing statements at this exact moment.
We're not. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying, finish your quick conversation there.
Sorry. Oh, I was doing it.
But
so
it sounds
I'm
like y'all are done then. So
Yeah.
Nobody on fire had a quick comment, then we'll move into closing statements. Brain death is defined as brain activity ceasing to exist. If we change the definition, then Jesus' resurrection can become true. Solid work, my dude. So thank you so much for the super chat. Nobody
super
on fire.
question.
And let's go ahead and move into the closing statements. You guys have 8 minutes. Leo's going to go first because Luke had gone first in the introduction, and then Luke.
I don't want to go first.
That's it. You have to.
So Luke had gone first in the introduction.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, you have to go first. That
No, I don't. The affirmative goes, then the negative goes, and then it just repeats for the closing statements. The affirmative goes, and then the negative, because the negative would have went last in the opening statement. So the next person to say something, just like if there were rebuttals, affirmative, negative, opening, affirmative, negative, rebuttal, affirmative, negative, closing.
I've been swapping them for the mega bloodbaths, doing a weird format. But if y'all really want to. Do you want to go first, Luke?
Nope. The answer is no. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. You heard me? I said no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah. So
almost.
You're the host. You make the choice.
Yeah. No.
It's your
as
show.
I said, I've been swapping them, and I mentioned this at the start. So whoever won that will go first in the introduction, and then they'll end up closing out. And so it's going to be the same thing here.
I think it's a little unfair that the same person gets both the first and the last word in the debate.
It's not your show.
I don't think it's going to matter at all here, Leo.
I think it does. I'm also autistic, so like sticking to traditional rules in debate is something.
This is definitely not a traditional debate. This is definitely much less organized and much more casual debate.
Do you want to end the event right now? You could do that too.
Do you want to cede your time, or do you want to do your closing statement?
I mean, I guess all I can say is none of the premises of my argument were shown to be false. Of either of the two arguments were shown to be false. Miracles are clearly defined as these exceptions to the natural order of things. That's what makes them exceptional events. So, yeah, they're just things that don't happen. I don't know what it means to talk about like nomologically impossible things happening in the world.
Gotcha. Are you seating the rest of the 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you very much.
Let me know when you're ready, and I'll start.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you very much.
Yeah, bear with me for just a moment, though. I am setting up a poll before we do this real fast for the winner of the debate. I should have done that a second ago. I got thrown off by Leo there. Who won the debate? Leophilius, Luke. All right, we'll have them take a vote right now. You've got 8 minutes starting now.
Thank you very much for this occasion to talk about this subject of Jesus' resurrection, which is a historical event that I believe I demonstrated to be true. In this conversation, we heard my adversary claim about a proposition. He made a how do you call that? Syllogism, P1, P2, and conclusion. He made two of them, but the first proposition was wrong. We disagreed on it. When asked what would show this proposition to be false, he said nothing will be able to show it. It is unfalsifiable. I'm saying, okay, cool. If it is unable, we have a statement P1 that is a brute fact. Nothing can change it. There is no conversation to have because your whole argument is based on this brute fact. So that's what when my adversary at the end said none of my arguments were shown to be false, right after saying that there is no way to show them false, I'm like, yeah, of course. When I asked him the question about how would you falsify your claim that Jesus did not resurrect, he said, I have a philosophical way to falsify it. I need a time machine to go back and see that Jesus indeed is alive after he was dead. And this kind of thing will falsify his claim in philosophy, but in practice, it is unfalsifiable. We agreed on that together. So when it comes to this debate, we ask the question: did Jesus resurrect? All the evidence that we have, the historical evidence of the crucifixion, the fact that the tomb was empty, the fact that Christianity rose in an exploding way, the early Christians. So the phrase is explosive growth of early Christianity. That's the phrase I was looking for. Those are arguments to support the fact that it is indeed the case that Jesus resurrected. We didn't have time to hash them out because for him nothing would consist as an argument to support the claim that Jesus did resurrect. By definition, in practice, it is unfalsifiable. There is no argument that I could present in this debate to ever change his mind about the subject. Like a flat earther, when he comes into a debate and says every evidence, every mathematical proof that you will present to me will never change my mind about the shape of the earth, you have the ability to have a conversation-ish with that person, but you're unable to know if indeed at the end of the conversation, if the earth is flat or not, because the one who say the earth is flat doesn't have anything that would falsify in practice his affirmation or his claim. If he had something that falsify his claim in practice, you would be able to use his tool and say, okay, let's use your tool and see what the results are based on your tool. And if we use your tool, we would be able to see if either the shape of the earth is flat or spherical. We falsified your claim in practice, or we did not falsify your claim in practice. That is the purpose of this debate. When I opened the debate earlier, with my opening statement. In my opening statement, let me share my screen again here and go back to the first thing here. You see, I wrote what evidence would convince you. That was my first question. That is the thing that I point towards in all of my debate. What would you need to observe in order to accept the fact that Jesus resurrected, as described by us, the Catholic Church? We need to define a standard. We weren't able to define a standard, and because of that, this is the type of thing that the type of debate that you had today. I'm really sorry for you to have this kind of thing. I hope that one day you will have the chance to meet someone or hear someone who will know how to, in practice. There you go. Okay, there we go. So to falsify his claim about a historical fact and not go to philosophy to say, oh yeah, I'm making a true statement because my proposition number 1 is true and there is no way to falsify it. I'm like, okay, well, you could. That's the thing. I really hope one day I will find an adversary that would say, okay, I know how to falsify my claim about reality and then not go to this realm of philosophy that shows how true his claim is without comparing to what really happened in the past. He said it is impossible for it to happen, therefore it did not happen by definition. That's the argument that my adversary gave today. He gave a definition, he gave a brute fact, and he said it is impossible for it to report, therefore it did not happen. I'm like, yeah, let's work together and find what really happened in the past or not. I hope I will find someone else who are ready to take the torch and argue for or against my point on the resurrection of Christ or the existence of God. Also, same thing applied to this claim. Thank you very much all to listening to me. And this is entertaining, like my adversary said. The purpose of this debate was to entertain. I hope you have been entertained by this conversation and that you have had a good time. Thank you for the host to host this show, and I hope to see you another time.
Thank you, Luc.
Yep.
And please don't go anywhere because I'll pull up some people on the panel here.
Okay.
But with that being said, the audience vote has ended. It's 83% in favor of Leophilius and 17% in favor of Luc. Leophilius, I'm just putting you in the back for a second, Luc. Leophilius, you are tonight's master debater.